Hello, welcome back, or just welcome if you're new. It is Sunshine the Winner. So today is Vlogmas Bookmas Day 2 and I'm coming at you with my December TBR, guys. So December, usually if you're new here, I do like a TBR jar with prompts, pick them out and then choose my books. That's what I usually do. But December, the month of Christmas, there's so much going on. I'm doing Christmassy, work, Christmas things, etc. And it just tends to be a very busy month. And it's a very joyful time, so I don't want to have like a strict TBR set by like my jar. There's books that I am planning on reading, and then I've got a list of other ones that I've put on hold at my library. There's ones in Scribs, etc. that are Christmassy, to bring all the Christmassy vibes that are on this list. And yes, I just want a bit of a light reading month because it's December, the last month of the year. I've already achieved my reading goal for the year, so no pressure. I want a very pressure-free month. I haven't even watched any announcement videos of readathons in December because I do not want to be tempted. I just don't want any pressure with my reading. Okay, so let me just get into it then. So the first one here I have is Dancing with the Octopus, and it's by Deborah Harding. Now this is the book club pick for Chloe Reads Books book club, which is the Chloe's Crime Scene Corner. Alternate months, one is like tends to be fiction and one's non-fiction, and it's like true crime, dark fiction, all of that sort of stuff. So this is actually non-fiction, and this one actually I got from Chloe. So she managed to get a few copies from the publisher, and in the Discord chat she said if anyone wants to put their names forward to do it, she's a random generator, and I just paid for the paid for the postage, and yes, so I got a copy. I can't believe I was one of the ones that got picked, and she did give me this nice little sticky note. And yes, really thanks Chloe, thanks again. I already said it, but thank you. So yes, I'm really excited that actually I got this copy. So this one is non-fiction. So one Omaha winter day in 1978, when Deborah Harding was just 14, she was abducted at knife point, thrown into a van, assaulted, held to ransom and left to die. But what if this wasn't the most traumatic, defining event in her childhood? That's kind of all it says, and there's some quotes from people, and I don't know too much about it. It's obviously autobiographical. Yes. It's non-fiction. It's obviously about her life and the events that happened. So I mean, if that when she was 14 wasn't the most traumatic thing that happened, it does make you wonder what else happened here. And I believe there's quite short chapters. I'm really looking forward to this one. So yes, I'll be picking that up in December to do the buddy read along for Chloe's book club. Next other one, my last kind of non-Christmassy book on my TBR is Northanger Abbey. Sorry, I got my giant beautiful edition here, guys. I can't get over how beautiful this is, guys. Just let's appreciate it. Look. Okay, nice. So yes, Northanger Abbey by Jane Austen. So again, if you're new here, if you're not new, you already know that each month I've been reading along with the Austen Along, which has been hosted by Kara Foster. So it's reading all of Jane Austen's published novels in publication order. So yes, the second last one in December is going to be Northanger Abbey, and then Persuasion is in January. So yes, I've really been enjoying going through Jane's works and can I get my different ratings and how it's going. So yes, Northanger Abbey is a coming of age story, and it's often referred to as Jane's Gothic parody. The story's unlikely heroine is Catherine Morland, a remarkably innocent 17-year-old woman from a country parsonage. While spending a few weeks in Bath with a family friend, Catherine meets and falls in love with Henry, who invites her to visit his family estate. His family estate, which is Northanger Abbey. And once there, Catherine, a great reader of Gothic thrillers, lets the shadowy atmosphere of the old mansion fill her mind with terrible suspicion. What is the mystery surrounding the What is the mystery surrounding the death of Henry's mother? Is the family concealing a terrible secret within the elegant rooms of the Abbey? Can she trust Henry, or is this part of an evil conspiracy? So Catherine finds dreadful portents in the most prosaic events until Henry persuades her to see the peril in confusing life with art. So yes, it sounds super interesting. It sounds very different from the other Jane Austen books that I've read so far. Yes, I love a good gothic atmosphere, so let's see how that pans out. But it sounds really interesting, and I've heard quite a few people refer to it as one of their favourites of hers, so I think it'll be very different, and also it's her second last full novel. And I feel with each one, her writing, you can tell, is changing, developing, and yes, really excited for that. Okay, so now we're going to get on to all of the Christmassy goodness. So I have put some books on a list on Scribd that I want to get to, but I've also so yes, I've got like a list on Scribd of some books, Christmas books I want to try and get to, but I'm going to go through the ones first of all that I have reserved on my library app, because if they come through in time then I will be reading them, obviously. So two of them have just come. I'm on my library app, guys. Two of them have just come through, so let's go with those two first of all, because I'm obviously going to be reading them. So the first one is actually an audiobook, and so One More for Christmas by Sarah Morgan. This one came out last year. So I read A Wedding in December by her last Christmas. So I'm really excited to pick up another one of her books. So in this one, Gail is a highly successful and motivated businesswoman, but her success has come at a price. She hasn't spoken to her daughters, Ella and Samantha, for years. But when Gail has an accident at work, she realises she needs to make amends with her family. And so she invites herself to join Ella and Samantha for their Christmas in the beautiful Scottish Highlands. The sisters are none too pleased with their mother has inserted herself into their Christmas plans. They have each other and don't need their mother back in their lives, so they think. As they embark on their first family Christmas together in years, will the three women learn that sometimes facing up to a few home truths is all you need to heal your heart. It is like a 16-hour audiobook, guys, but I think that's really good. I always like to have an. So guys, my memory card was full, so I had to quickly empty that. So yes, I was in the middle of speaking about One More for Christmas. Yeah, excited to read it, Christmas vibes, and I love the fact that it's a Scottish Highlands setting, so that's great and amazing. So the next one that's already come through from the library is The Perfect Christmas Gift, and it's by Katie Ginger. So can neighbours become more than just good friends this Christmas? Bella Moore is excitedly counting down the days to Christmas. That is until she arrives home one evening to find her boyfriend leaving her for another woman. Completely heartbroken, Bella's left wondering if Christmas can still be the same this year. Next door, Bella's neighbour Nick is facing his first Christmas as a single dad and doubting whether he can make it the magical time his son Freddie deserves. Determined to fix both Christmas and their broken hearts, Bella comes up with an idea, a Christmas giving tree for the whole village where the community can unite and secretly give each other the Christmas presents they truly need. As Bella becomes chief elf, taking donations and delivering gifts of much needed help from Nick and Freddie, the two neighbours grow closer and start seeing each other in a whole new light. But when Nick's estranged wife returns just before Christmas, is their budding romance over before it even begun? Or will love be Nick and Bella's perfect Christmas gift this year? Love the premise. I love Christmas books, and I love Christmas romances as well. I don't know what it is. I just find them so fun. Like, I'm not expecting 5-star reads, but they sound, yeah, that sounds perfect. You know, budding romance, Christmas gifts, you know, Christmas disaster, it all going wrong. It sounds perfect. So yes, that's the second one that I will definitely be reading then, because, you know, it's come through from the library. The next ones I have reserved, so I may or may not read them. It just depends on the date. So the first one is A Christmas Carol, and it's the audiobook, sorry, that I have reserved, but it comes through on the 6th of December, so that one should be. It's also one of the 10 classics that I planned to read in 2021, and I have massively failed on that, I'm not gonna lie, but at least if I could get Christmas Carol in, and I don't think I need to even go through the premise for it, because I think we all know what A Christmas Carol is about. I've never ever read it before, watched like 1,000 different adaptations, looking forward to actually reading the source material, and it will be my first Charles Dickens as well, so that's exciting. Yes, so The Christmas Killer by Alex Pine is the next one, due on the 21st of December, so should be able to get to it in time. So it is like a thriller novel. It is D.I. James Walker #1, so the first in a series. I don't know if the rest of it is all Christmassy or if it's throughout the year, but this is obviously a Christmas based one. As the snow begins to fall, the body count begins to climb. D.I. James Walker is ready for a quiet family Christmas in the sleepy village of Kirkby Abbey. But when he opens an early Christmas present left on his doorstep, he soon realises it's no gift. Inside is a gruesome surprise and a promise: 12 days, 12 murders. Not long after, the first body is found, half a dozen, half frozen in the snow. As the blizzards descend, panic spreads through the remote Cumbrian village. There's a killer amongst them. And with 11 more victims to go, anyone could be next. Can James stop the killer before they strike again? The first in a new series. Yes, don't need to read the rest of it. But yes, it sounds really intriguing. I love a good thriller. If you have been around watching my channel for a while, you know I love a good thriller. So Christmas thriller sounds really good. Also to break up, you know, the romantic Christmas vibes. So yes, we're looking forward to that. I have also reserved again, I'm just going through the ebooks first of all. I've also reserved a very British Christmas by Rhodey Marsden, and I should be getting it on the 23rd of December. It is a short non-fiction audiobook with about 5.5 hours long. So it's just basically it's all about Christmas, just the Christmas traditions in the UK, and different things. I'm imagining it to be like comedy, because it mentions about, like, you know, being on like wedged on like the air mattress in your parents' spare bedroom, etc. So it sounds like it's gonna be funny non-fiction. It's been a while since I picked up non-fiction as well, so that would be really good. Plus it's a Christmassy one, short, quick, should hopefully get it done. And I have also reserved the Christmas Escape by Sarah Morgan. Should be getting this now at the end of November, because I'm obviously pre-filming stuff, guys. So this one is this Christmas. So it was supposed to be Christy Sullivan's perfect Christmas getaway, a trip to Lapland with her family and best friend Alex. But facing a make or break marriage crisis, Christy desperately needs time alone with her husband. Her solution? Alex can take Christy's little daughter to Lapland and they will reunite there for Christmas Day. It's a big ask, but what else are friends for? There's nothing Alex won't do for Christy, but Christy's request to save Christmas has given Alex sleepless nights. She knows something is wrong, but for the first time ever, Christy isn't talking, and even the Arctic temperatures in Lapland aren't enough to dampen the seriously inconveniences Alex is developing for Zach, a fellow guest and nemesis from her past. As secrets unravel and unexpected romances shines under the northern lights, can Chrissy and Alex's Christmas escape give them the courage to fight for the relationships they really want and save the precious gift of each other's friendship? It sounds really fun. I love the fact that there's two kind of different relationships in this one. Also Lapland, perfect Christmas setting, which I would love to go to Lapland one day, guys. You know, perfect for Christmas. Okay, so then the next one, which is due like the 1st of January, so if people read it really quickly, maybe I can get it before Christmas. So let's see, this is maybe I'll read it. If it doesn't come before Christmas, I'm probably not going to read it, because then, you know, it's not Christmas anymore, you know. So it is The 12 Dates of Christmas by Jenny Bayliss. This one, when it comes to relationships, 34-year-old Kate Turner is ready to say bah humbug. The sleepy town of Blacksford, England isn't exactly brimming with prospects, and anyway, Kate's found fulfillment in her career as a designer and in her delicious side job baking for her old friend Matt's neighbourhood cafe. But then her best friend signs her up for a dating agency that promises to help singles find love before the holidays. 23 days until Christmas, 12 dates with 12 different men. The odds must finally be in her favour, right? Yet with each new date more disastrous than the one before, and the whole time keeping tabs on her misadventures, Kate must remind herself that sometimes love, like mistletoe, shows up where it's least expected. And maybe, just maybe, it's been right under her nose all along. Great, fun sounding premise. It's just, that's the type of thing that I'd love in like a film format. I don't know if it is a film format because in November actually I picked out Skipping for Christmas by John Grisham as my book, and then I later found out that it's Christmas with the Cranks, which I haven't watched and I need to watch. But it sounds like this would be like my perfect Christmas film, that premise, like that would just be perfect. So I do really hope that it comes through. I don't know if I mentioned this, it's an audiobook, it's 11.5 hours, but it's a romantic comedy, but with Christmas, all the dates, disasters, the town obviously following along. It's just, that would be my perfect kind of Christmas film. Amazing. So that is all of my library holds that I'm hoping to get in time for Christmas. There was these other ones that piqued my interest, but like their dates are like February and March, and I know sometimes people read quickly, but the likelihood of it coming through in time is slim, so I just don't see the point in wasting my holds, because you've got like a limit of a certain amount. So there might be other books that I want to hold at the library on the app. You know, we don't want to waste the time. So now on to the ones that I have kind of saved on Scribd, which I would like to read. Again, like I said, it's going to be a let's see how I feel, mood ring a little bit, but I have these on my radar to read in December. First one, audiobook, and it is Murder for Christmas by Frances Duncan. It's about 9 hours long, it says, and it is it's a murder mystery, and I do love a good murder mystery, and a Christmas murder mystery sounds really good to me. Mordecai Termaine, former tobacconist and prenatal lover of romance novels, has been invited to spend Christmas in the sleepy village of Sherborne at the country retreat of one Benedict Graham. Arriving on Christmas Eve, he finds that the rivalries are in full flow, but so too are tensions amongst the assortment of guests. Midnight strikes, and the party goers discover that it's not just the presents nesting under the tree, there's a dead body. A dead body that bears a striking resemblance to Father Christmas. With the snow falling and the suspicious flying, it's up to Mordecai to sniff out the culprit and prevent someone else from getting murdered for Christmas. Murder mystery, classic, love it. Also sounds like it's kind of like maybe like a bit of a locked room, in the sense that there's all these guests in this house, like it had to be someone there, and I do enjoy those, trying to work out which guest it is. I find murder mysteries fun, and I read a couple now around November and December. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but murder mysteries is really great for this time of year. The fact that it's a Christmassy one is just really, really fun. So yes, that is on my radar to read, so let's see if we can get to that. I have also saved Mistletoe and Mr. Right by Sarah Morgenthaler. Again, it's another audiobook, and it's 12 hours long, this one, so it's a bit longer. So in this one, Lana is everything the quirky small town of Moose Springs, Alaska can't stand. A rich socialite with dreams of changing things for the better, but Lana's determined to prove that she belongs, even if it means trading her stilettos for snow boots and tracking one of the town's hairiest Christmas mysteries, the Santa Moose, an antlered Grinch hell-bent on destroying every bit of holiday cheer and tinsel it can sink into its teeth. And really, how hard could it be? The last few years have been tough on Rick Harding, and it's not getting any easier now that his dream girl's back in town. When Lana's accidentally tranquilizes him instead of Santa Moose, it's clear she needs help fast, and this could be his chance to finally catch her eye. It's an all-out Christmas war, but if they can nab that darn moose before it destroys his town, Rick and Lana might finally find a place where they both belong together. Another fun Christmas romance, and again, if that had been like a Christmas kind of TV show or like film, I would 100% watch it, because even if they're cheesy, I absolutely love them. So yes, that's kind of all that I have on my list at the moment. Like I said, a bit of mood reading. I'm going to read what I feel like in December, but I'm going to try and get to these if I can. So yes, let me know, are you reading Christmas specific books in December? What they are, if any of these caught your eyes, have you read them? Let me know if you enjoy them. If you have any other recommendations, please let me know, because I can change my mind in December, you know. I've given myself a bit of a free pass on my reading in December. And yes, that's it. So yes, for Vlogmas, Bookmas, I'm posting videos every day up until until Christmas, so I am going to try my best to stick to it. So if you want to see more kind of bookish content, Christmassy content in December, hit that subscribe button, comment, like, share, whatever. Thank you so much for watching this, and I will hopefully see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.